So hi guys, today we'll be having a UI crash course for all designers. So this is basically for beginners to let you know the basic things you need to know to design your own beautiful and amazing UI without replicating, just coming up with your own idea and making something so beautiful that you'll be proud of. And just the basic things that you need to know, like basic principle of design, search and elements like spacing, typography, color, how to select your colors, how to choose a particular color, how to have select different colors that you'll be using from your UI from a particular color, button, auto layout, button, different visual hierarchy, different button visual hierarchy, button states, and everything that you need to know actually, because we'll be talking about a lot of things in here, so I won't be able to like mention all. So if that is something you definitely want to know, definitely watch this video then. And please don't forget to like, comment, share. So at the end of this video, if there is something that you learned, something new that you learned, please do comment that in the comment section. And this is for not beginners as well, just remind us of the basic of UI design. And mainly we'll be talking about it's 8-point grade system, which is like very important for beginners to know to help you in your career. So let's get started. Okay, so as you know, we'll be creating this website sign-in page to explain the all principles and everything you need to know to design your own website. So let's get started. First thing I usually do, first thing you would definitely have to do is like select your frame. So here I'm not working on a mobile phone, so I'll be working on desktop. So I'm selecting desktop. So yep, the first thing I always do, I know if you've been watching my video, you definitely know this is one thing I always do. The first thing I always do is like add layout grid. So this is it. Before I go into designing for like layout grid, you may be like, okay, what is it that I want to design first? As a designer, you want to come up with ideas. So the first thing you want to do is go online and look for like design inspirations. So I will mention a few websites that you can check out for design inspiration, and I will leave the link in the description box below. So you want to check Dribble, you want to check Behance, which are like the two main for creators, platform for creators to share their work to the general public. You want to check Pinterest. As far as Pinterest is for images, designer use it as well. You want to check Landbook. You want to search Mobi.design. Mobi.design is just like live apps. They're just mobile apps that people use that have like millions or thousands of users. So you can see how they are designed, their layouts and everything. So get an idea from there. You can search Award. Award is a website that gives like awards to creative websites, like websites that are beyond just the ordinary. They're actually mainly just creative websites, and so you can see any design there: e-commerce, portfolios, landing pages, design agency websites, stuff like that is there. So I would leave the link in the description. So after you get that, the first thing you want to do is work on your wireframes, which is not something I'll be doing here. This video is just mainly for like UI, how to select color, spacing, and yeah, how to add different elements to your design. So let's get started. So for the layout grid, so I want to explain how I use my layout grid. I use the material design. So they are actually standard material design for layout grid, but I will not be going through that. I'll just explain. Okay, now for the website I'm creating. So for the website, you want to select for your column and row. So for the column is the most important. The count has to be 12. These are like industry standard 12. Type of stretch, auto. So imagine, so this is it. Usually my margin is between 100 and 120. But in this video, I'll be using the 8-point grid system, because every time I always like skip when it comes to the margin. I always don't use the 8 system for the margin. I always use 100 or 120. But yeah, in this video, I'll be using 96 because I really want to stick to 8-point grid system. So what is 8-point grid system? So this 8 points, I use it mainly for spacing, elements, size, font size. I didn't use it for font size. I use it for iconography, spacing. That's mainly my spacing system, like radius, border radius, every other thing. So the 8-point grid system is every number they're using can be divided by 8, or it is a multiple of 8. So let's just say spacing between elements can be 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, do you know, and so on like that. So any number that you're using, it is divided, it can be divided by 8, and it is a multiple of 8. So like that's basically the same thing, but I'm just like explaining it that way. So that's just what 8-point grid system is. So it's not something that you're like, oh, I don't, will I be able to understand? Is it hard for me to? No, it is very easy. So the moment you know it, now you can see from here, I have like 96, which is a multiple of 8, and I have 24, multiple of 8 too. So I'll come in here from my row. I always say this in all my videos, the counts, I use a very big number, random number actually, because the one I will not be able to exhaust. So this is what I'm saying. If I use 50 here, stroke from the top, 0, 0, you can see that I exhaust that 50. This is where the count stops. So which is why here I can sometimes I use 3,000, sometimes I use 5,000. And one thing is, if you exhaust it, you can still come back here and add more numbers. Just use a count that you know you will not exhaust, because if this is like a full website, very long from the header to the footer, I may definitely exhaust that 5,000 and I may not. So that's just it. That's it for the layout grid. Okay, so the next thing we want to focus now is on the typography. I used the material design typography scale, but one thing that I always do is like my baseline for my typography, like the smallest, it's not the smallest, like my body size, my body text size is 18 for websites, 18 or 16. So I'm always like leaving it at 18 or 16. So what I would do here is I'm definitely going to add, I want to select my images, and I have my images, sorry, I didn't even mention, I have my images and the Google icon, because I'll be using it for designing as well. So this website is just for like an e-learning platform whereby you just have to subscribe and you have access to all courses. So it's not you buying courses now. As far as you have subscriptions, monthly subscriptions, you can have access to like all the tutorials there. And if you are doing a tutorial and your subscription ends, you won't be able to continue. So it's just that. So let me get started without wasting much of our time. I didn't really want to talk too much. So the first thing I wanted to do is, let me add my image first. So I'll use the rectangle. I think it's advisable to use the rectangle so it is easy to scale your image. So you can see this is like 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to use half, which is this. So I'm going to duplicate this for the image. So you can click on K or select scale, anyone you do, and after this when you want to use as mask, always make sure the image is at the top of the shape. If it is a circle, a rectangle, a square, just make sure the image is at the top when you select. So yeah, and this is going to be, it's not know how to do this because okay. I want this full, yeah. I think this is it. I'm okay with this. I don't know if you noticed this does not group. It happens sometimes. Just have to like group them together. Okay, so we have this. So I'll go and hide. So this is what we have now. So let's continue. So what I would do now is select my colors. Okay, usually I always use the 60-30-10 rule. So the 60-30-10 rule is that like your neutral color will be 60, your it's gonna be your second neutral color, and it's gonna be like not that dominant color. You're okay, your you see what is it called? I don't know if this is primary or secondary, but like this is how people say a primary color of 60, a secondary color of 30, and an accent color of 10. For me, most of my primary color are actually neutrals. So yeah, this is what I would do. Control D and Control D. But yeah, even though all your colors are, what is it called? They are not, at the end of the day, you realize you need more than 3 colors. So this color, I'll be using blue. So I want to look for the shade of blue that I like for this brand. I want to use for this brand. If you notice, I always select my color with HSL, U, saturation, and light, lightning. I don't even understand, but yeah, that's just mainly the what is it called I use. It has helped me in selecting colors for my design, and I will explain how now in a few minutes. So this is it. 40. So here I would select this. I'll pick this color. Then I'll come in here, instead of 40, I'll use 98. So this is mainly select like my lights and dark colors from the accent color. So here as well, I'll pick this and I will select, instead of the 40, I'll go for 10. So here in between here, I put my darker shade, I put it between 10 to 5. 10 to 5, because there are some colors whereby the 10 is very light, not dark, as in dark. So now if you see, if I just change it to 5, you can see this is very dark. I'm going to keep it at 10. I'm not really sure I want to keep it at 10. Let me keep it at 5. Okay, so I think I'll go with the 5. So this is my colors, but this is not all the colors I'll be using. So I will explain why. In my design, this will be my accent colors. So that means all element that is clickable will be using this color. All buttons, link that is clickable will be using this color. Why this will be any color that will be on top of this. So let's say this is a button. If I'm using this color for a button, the text on the button, in the button, we have this color. So you can see, even from without even taking the contrast test, you can know this is definitely not going to fail it, the contrast test. So like that's how I select my color. So I will select my test color now. So apart from these colors, I select 3 other colors. I select my neutral color. Then my neutral color is meaning like an inactive color for like text. I select a primary color and a secondary color for my text too. So all the text on my phone. So my primary color, actually, this is how I select my primary color. From the 5, I go in here with 80. Sometimes it is 90. It depends. 80, 90, that's just like mainly. So this will be like my primary color, text color. And here I'll go by 80 again. So this is like my tertiary text color. If you're not getting this, let me just like explain again so that you can understand. This is 40. This is the first color I always select. Choose. The moment I know this, I'll use this to decide every other colors that I'll be using. So this color here, I'll use it to select my white, then my black. So these colors are actually neutral as white and dark. And here from the dark, I use the dark to select to an opacity of 80, then I pick the color to get the code for my primary text. That means the text that I want it to be very obvious. Why this is for my tertiary text, like that body text that you don't want it to ask for too much attention. So that's like mainly how I do it. And then I select this again for my neutral, like I said earlier. My neutral color, this can be like 60, 50. So I'll come in here and 60. I have 60 here. Then I pick this. So you can see like the shade is different, though they are derived from the same color. So after I got that sorted out, other colors that I can select maybe like the green, the kind of green I want, the kind of red I want for error messages, green for like success. But I actually don't usually use green. So if I have a success message that I want people to see, I can use this color. Yeah. So another color that I always select as well is, I'll duplicate this white, then come in here and make this 99. So this 99, I call it my surface color. So this is mainly what it does. If I have a rectangle here, so okay, fine. So okay guys, that's it for the surface color. So let's get started. Let's not waste our time. So the first thing I will do is add the logo. So here I do not have a logo design or any brand logo presently, so I'll just use normal text. The only difference is I'll be using a different font. So this is a learning platform. I'll be using a word learner. So I'll be making this 24. Let's keep everything at auto for this. I want to zoom in so that I can see the design if this is what I want. But I'm going to go for regular. Think here. And let me go for 10% of this. Since I'll be using the 8-point grid system, I'll use it for everything I'm doing. So for the spacing, remember I use 96. It's even obvious 96 is hold and shift so you can know the spacing. I'll use the down arrow key. So 96 here. So after that, I wanted to have my text that says create an account. So you can see that this has the same property and styling of the former text I use for the logo. So you just want to keep this at auto and make this 32. This is supposed to be 24. I noticed it was just too small. Yeah. So that people can see that clearly. And this is should be 32. This looks too small. And make this semi bold. No, that's too bold. Medium. Yeah. So okay, the spacing between these elements, I want this to be 120. You can see that every number I'm using is a multiple of 8. 120. So, and the next thing I would do is I have my logo, I have my text, I will have my body text that says please provide your information. Like I said, like this is for like an e-learning platform, so I want this to be 18. So mainly my font is actually 48, from 48 to 32, to from 32 to 24, 20, 18, 16, 14 and 12. So yeah, so this is about 18 and regular, and I'm going to bring this. So yeah, this is how I'm doing this. This is aligned in here. Yes. So here from the auto, I want to see what auto this is. This is 22. I'll make it 24. I will change the color. This is like the secondary. This is the primary color for my text. And why this? I'll be using the black color, my black color, because this is the logo. Even though I'm using text as the logo, I'm going to treat it like a logo in my design. Okay, I think this is it. This looks left aligned. Oh my god. I forgot I have another thing there. So this looks left aligned. I want a spacing of 8. So that's it for me. So now I will be added the forms. So first the text that says name. So I want this to be 18 and medium. Then a rectangle. That is 48. I think that's it. Now for the border radius. This is it. I use the 8 point for everything. So the border radius, I'll be using 16. Let me say 16 if this is what I wanted. Yes. So I'm going to use stroke, 2 stroke, and this is going to be off. So yeah, I already deleted the from my wasico. So yeah, I'll do the like for the neutral. So I realized that method wasn't working for me. So for the neutral, I would select this color. No, this is our color. Like, let me select this so you can understand better. Select this color. This has to be deleted. Select this color. And I don't know if you noticed, but I recorded this video before now. Then I realized I made my software that I was using as an issue, and the audio wasn't good at all. I could not manage it. So I had to re-record this. So if you see any new, what is it called? That's where that is from. So I'm just like, I did not miss anything together. I'll just delete them and do them all over again so yeah, you can understand. So in here, I will select 75 and I will go for an opacity of 80 and I will select this color. So yeah, instead of the, what is it called, I'll use this color instead. And I wanted to see how this will look. I usually design my, was it for the first time while working here, but yeah, today was happened. Nah, I didn't want that. That was giving that purple thing. So what I will do is make this 70, make this 20. Let me see this. As much as I love this, I think this is it for me. Seriously, I still haven't decided because I always use the 50% method, but that was just too dark for me. But I'm going to select from this color until I find the one that works for me. So what I will do is select this again. Let me go for 80. Like I'm going to the lighter, oh my god, not that. Yeah. Let me go for 80. I'm not going to edit this so you can know that it is not only just let's get things done. Sometimes you have to sometimes you just have to work around your color before you can get exactly what you wanted, but always use a shade of the color that I wanted. Yeah, I think this is the color for me. This is the color for me. So here, this to this is 8. Yeah, so I won't group them together. This is not well aligned. I would make sure this is well aligned. Yeah, then I will group them together. Control J. Okay, so I want to talk about something else. Accessibility. So I don't know if you noticed, usually I'm supposed to test my colors. I think I should do that now. Should I? I'm not really sure if I want to test my color because I know they would pass the accessibility test, but the fact is I'm trying to show you how to make this work. So what I usually do is, since I know this will be like, is this okay? Yeah, this is the color, my 98. So I always have my 98, duplicate, Control D, then bring it in here. Bring to front. So what I do is I select both. I don't know if you noticed that we're actually connected to the internet now. So I select both and go to my plugin. So I have like multiple plugins, as you can see, but the plugins I use here is Stack. Then I go to check contrast. This will take a while, so you can see like this actually passed the contrast test. with the way I select my colors, they always pass the contrast test. They always do. So the next color I want to test, like that's for our button. The next color I want to test is this same color, but with the text. So I'll be using these two colors for text. I want this. Because I'm trying to test this because I know my color will pass that, but what if you're already working in a project and you do not know if it's going to pass the accessibility test? All you have to do is use this plugin. You have to copy and anything. So you can see it's actually passed the contrast tests. Doors. So all I have to do is Control D, bring this. Yeah. So this like the secondary color for the into front. Since that will be with the background and that will be the text, that's why I always have that. Then share contrast. You can see the same thing. The only one I'm not really sure if it's going to pass the contrast test is this. Control D. I'm not sure. Bring to front. Okay, it does actually. It does. So yeah, people can see it, but it's not really asking for too much attention. So you get it. So yeah, that's just how I test my colors. I usually do not, most times do not test my colors because of the way I select my colors. I knew I was going to, so it's going to pass the test. But sometimes I just do that to be so sure of myself. So yeah, I'm going to talk about forms. I know if you notice what I'm doing right now, you'll be like, what am I doing? Okay, so yeah, this is like two different methods of having a form, and I will tell you why the second one, this one, is not advisable. Okay, let me just say for accessibility, it is not advisable for people that are using screen reader and even normal users, because the moment they click on this to type in their name, the name placeholder there would hide. It will not be visible. So imagine if I see name and I really want to type my name, and after I type my name, type in my email, my password, I want to go back and confirm if I type in the right information. There is no way I'm going to confirm because there is no label. So the label is this name, and you can have a text inside as a placeholder. So if you're using your label as a placeholder, it is not good for accessibility. So yeah, if you are making a form, put that at the back of your mind, because the moment that element hides, people that are using screen reader will not be a screen reader will not be able to read that any longer because it is not visible. And I'm sure you get me. So yeah, that's it. So please, how am I using the word please? Like, let me just say it is not advisable. If you want to do it, you can just do your thing, but don't use. I won't advise you to do your thing because I mean accessibility is very, very important in design. So you just want to like have that at the back of your mind when designing. So in here I want this to be 30. I want this to be 40. Is it 40 or 32? I think 32 is okay. So I want this to be, I want to duplicate this. Difference between this to this should be 16. Let me say 16. 24. I think I love 24. So in here I'll have your email address. Okay, we have our email address, then we have our password. I'm not sure if I changed this color. My test color, if I'm using my test color for this, So you should always confirm. Because I mean, the moment you're typing your text, like I said, this is just pure black. You don't want to use this. You don't want to be the person that uses 000 or FFF, the pure white value. You don't want to use it. It's too harsh on the eyes. So you just want to use the more calm color that is visible. Test your colors. Be sure they are actually visible. Okay, so now we're going to work on buttons. So I'm going to like explain types of button that we have in this contest. So we have, so yeah, I would be talking about the colors. So let's design our color without wasting time. So I'll use the T. I'll be saying without wasting time since oh my god, I'll use it to like, okay, create an account. Create account. Okay, can, okay, I think, yeah, this is what I want. And I would right click, select frame selection, and add auto layouts. So in here I want this to be 12. Okay, so this is the height is 48, but I want it to be 56 too. That's like plus 8 divided by 2, that's 4 plus 12, that's 16. So like we have 56, just like a few months we're not hot. So yeah, I'll just put 40. I think I like this. So you can see every number in it is a multiple of 8. So I'm going to add few, and I want to add border radius like I did. Consistency 16. You have to be consistent in your design with everything that you use. Unless there is a need for you to change the elements, sometimes it is just very good to be consistent. So this is our button. So I'm trying so hard. Trying to disconnect from the internet so that I won't be getting notifications, and that will disturb us. Okay, so guys, we are going to make this 40. I'll keep this at 48 though. 48. Yeah, 49, 48. So yeah, that is it. So I'm going to talk about bothing. I'm going to like be expressing question like, why do you choose this color? Like I said earlier, I had to like choose my accent color first. So this is it. For my colors, why do I choose blue? So blue stands for like emotions. It's actually a calm color. So this is it. If I want to select my colors, we have 2 categories of color: warm and cold. So warm colors are actually colors you look for like entertainment, excitement. It's just like about excitement, happiness, that warm feeling, and that is something you want from maybe like an entertainment, a movie ticket, entertaining platform like social media, stuff like that. Why the calm color that has like blue, purple vibes? Like these are colors that are very calm. It's just all about like security, safety, trust. So for this learning platform, the emotions I want to evoke is like security and trust, because you have to trust a cause before you can enroll for it. trust them with your future to know you can get the skills needed for you to excel. I realized this wasn't well aligned when I was talking. Sorry. So you have to decide on the emotions first. You can actually research more on the colors, but yeah, colors you have the warm and the cold. So after selecting, okay, I want the code. So I have to decide, okay, the code. What does purple means? Purple means royalty, and what is it called? Luxury, stuff like that. Why blue is actually trust, security. And I want people to trust the platform, so I'll be using blue. And if you notice, most financial services actually use blue because they want you to like trust them. Maybe travel agency too, they use blue because I mean you have to trust them to use them for your what's it called. So yeah, that's the reason. So we have different shade of blue, but yeah, blue is the color I'm going for. So that's it. So if I'm using a gold is like luxury. I can use it for like a luxury brand, maybe a skin products brand, a candle brand, like something like that. So you have to like look at the emotions you want to evoke with your design before you select the colors that you want there. So that's actually very, very important. So yeah, with that, what else do I want to talk about when it comes to color? I think that's like the most important. Then since you know the color you want to use, you can take it from there. So let's continue. So for our button, let me zoom in. For our button, this is the primary button. So I'm going to make it secondary button now and a tertiary button so that we can see. Okay, so the secondary button will be this button. The button that has this, you add a stroke. I'm going to add a stroke of 2 with this color, yes, but with no fill. So like this is like a secondary button, and a tertiary button is going to be this. Oh my god. Okay, so this is it. This is like the 3 types of button hierarchy that you're going to have. So like the first one, which is like the primary button, is for like the importance, the thing, like the city call to action, the action you want the user to take on that particular page. So when you are designing for every section, there is something you want the user to do. There's a call to action to all the informations. Like in here, we want them to like enter their informations and create an account. So create account is like the primary actions that we want them to take. So like the secondary action can be like sign in with Google account, sign in with your Google account. While the tertiary action in here will be like, do you already have an account? Log in. Do you get? So there is like hierarchy and importance to this thing. So the first thing that pops up to the eye is the create an account because of the contrast. The contrast is high and it's like right in their face. So when they see create an account, they see the information. Oh, I have to enter my information before I can click on create an account, and they do that. So yeah, so like this is like the visual hierarchy from that. So apart from that, we have like different button states too. We have, let me duplicate this. So in here, I'll change the color to 75. Okay, here I'll go in here. This is 40. I'll come in here and go with like 75. So you can see that button. So this button now is just for an inactive button. So when you see this button, it means that the information has not been filled. But the moment the user has filled the information needed, the color will change to this, meaning the user can now click on it. It is active. But why this is inactive, we have the over effect to like when the user over on the button, the color changes, or maybe we add a shadow or something else. It's like different states. And yeah, for our form too, we have like the focused. Like when the user focused on it, it can just show like that. You can start to type, change this, what is it called, the form feed, change the stroke color, and when they do it, when they actually type in their name, the color can actually be this blue, our accent color for this design. So like these are like different states that you have to like put in mind when you're designing. So I think that's all I'm going to talk about in here. Though we have different types of button, but we cannot be covering all that in this video. So I'm just going to delete this. I'm going to have this in there and have this removed. So let me add sign up rates. It's Google. So I would come in here. You can notice that my icon is 24 by 24, so I always leave my icon at 24 by 24. While I come in here, this is 8, like the spacing between this element and this element is going to be 8, so you can see it here, but I want it to be 16, like that, just to close. So yeah, this is it. It's like our secondary. You can make it a tertiary, you can make it secondary, depends on you. I'm going to make this a secondary, so I want to have a text that say or, creates an account or. So this, I want this to be 14. The layout of auto actually no, which is medium. That one's medium or regular in here, but I want to change the color to, like I said, length of my element is going to have like the 0, 0, 0. So now I'll teach you something else now that you can do, as far as you know, like all your elements as. Okay, so in here to here is 16. Okay, here to, I want this to here. Let me make this 16 too. So here to here is 49. 16. 1, 2, 3. This has to be here. And for some reason, this made me realize that this thing wasn't well aligned. And this wasn't well aligned as well. Okay, I think this is what we have now. Then I would duplicate this text. And I would write, okay, already have an account. Log in. So this is 18 regular, which is my normal text. So what I will do in here is select this and make this my accent color. Why? Because it is clickable. The moment you click on that text, it's taking you to the login page. So yeah, like I said, my accent color will be for everything that is clickable, and I want this to be semi-bold. So yeah, it's different and it calls for attention. So yeah, let me talk about that. The spacing in here is 77. I want this to be 56. 5680. The perfect. So yeah. Oh my god. So this looks so good. I love this design. So yeah, if you have watched this video to this point, I hope this video is of benefit to you. Because yeah, I hope it's of benefit to you. Actually learn one thing or two. So if you learn anything, just drop something that you learn. If it is the 8 point grade system, drop it in the comment section. If it is the color, how to select color, drop it. If it is how to test your color, let me know in the comment section. Anything that you learn in this video. If it is auto layout, let me know. If it is different button stage or different button hierarchy, let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. So yeah, if we're talking about like visual hierarchy, this is basically what visual hierarchy is. This to this, you can see apart from the size, the color too, it is different. That's why we have like the primary text color and the secondary text color. I could talk about this for a day or so. So yeah, without taking too much of our time, let's end this video here. And if you have any question, let me know in the comment section. If there is anything you need my help with, let me know. If I can offer, but we'll be able to like help out, I'll let you know, get back to you on that. So yeah, we've come to the end of this video. Thank you for coming in. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel for more videos. The goal is to hit 1k subscriber. Please be part of this journey. Thank you.